Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me here in the garage today. So this is my Polaris RZR. It's a 2024 Xp1000 4. It's like the 4-seater version of my RZR. I've had this about a year. It's a 24. I got it in 23. It's now been about a year. When I first got it, I had a few accessories put on. One of the main things you want to look at getting is the windshield on this. Now, I got just a really cheap windshield when I bought this just because I wanted something, and I threw it on there, and over the course of the year, it's all scratched up. And one downside of the windshield I have on there now is there's no vents. So on a hot day when I've used it this summer, no cool air has been able to be let into the cab because it's just one flat piece of polycarbonate. Well, we got a cool windshield we're looking at today. This is from a company called LitMiracle, and we're doing a review on this. We're going to install this. The reason I like this one is it has these louvered vents in the bottom of it. So these louvers move, they adjust, you can direct the airflow, or you can close them up. If it's cold and you don't want that cold air in, you can close them up, or if it's dusty, you can close it up. And it's going to be a little more scratch resistant. This is a hard polycarbonate, it's a heavy duty polycarbonate, so it's going to be scratch resistant and impact resistant. So everything you really want in a windshield, and at a very affordable price. Right now on Amazon you can get these for just under $200, so it's a pretty reasonable price for this kind of a windshield on your RZR. Now everything you get with the kit here, there's a few straps here. These go around the side, on the side of the windshield here, around the roll cage. There's a couple for the top and the upper part of the roll cage. The only assembly is there's just this piece here that we have to screw on. Hardware's included. Just a few nuts and bolts, and we're just going to screw that on to the top of the windshield, and that's going to be kind of the piece that you can see there's a couple grooves in that. That's where a few of these smaller straps are going to hook into to keep the top of it from bouncing. So it's hooked on with quite a few straps. Here's how the louver system works. You can see here, this is kind of like in the open position, and then they're kind of like notched, so they'll stay in position, so you can angle the air upwards. You can close it all the way, or you can even angle the air downwards, so if you don't want that much air, but just a little bit. So they have these stopped areas, so it's going to stay in place whatever the angle you want this louver to be. So I really like that feature. Installation is not going to be that hard. This is the old windshield. I'm going to take this off. It's held on by the same kind of strap system. I do need to loosen up the roof. On these 2024 models, there's just these clamps here to release the roof clamps. So there's one here, one right there. We just lift those up, and that way we'll be able to lift up this portion of the roof, because the windshield is going to slide up here, and then it's going to be strapped on right here on either side of the side view mirror. All right, installing this top piece on the windshield is the only assembly. I'm just going to take off this protective film off of this, just because it may not be able to come off once it's already installed. So it goes on the inside of the windshield, and they're held in place. It's an Allen bit and then a 10mm nut. So here I'm just placing the windshield in place. It is helpful to have a helper, especially to hold the roof up, and then get it into place, make sure it lines up with the roll cage. I can get the roof then strapped back down. I'm taking the plastic coating. There's a plastic coating on each side of the windshield. Just take that off, and then I can get the straps and strap it back down. All right, I've got the windshield in place. I just want to show you kind of how it fits here. Now I have these aftermarket side view mirrors because I have a street legal kit on this. You can see how this bracket is wrapped around the roll cage, and the windshield, it kind of protrudes above that, but the straps will come down and strap there, and then it will strap here. On my last one, I cut this out so it would like sit flat, but I don't think it really matters. I'm not going to do that. There's enough flexibility in this, and the straps are long enough that this will still fit flat there. Still fits flat there. On the inside here, I just need to strap the roof down, but I need to wait. I want to get this so the strap goes up through here, around this bar here, and then back down, so on both sides, and then this piece rests right against this bar. So once those straps are in place, it'll be pretty solid. And with that protective film off of it, it looks crystal clear. And you can see how these louvers are in position here. You can kind of position those different angles. All right, so these straps go on really easily. This rectangular part here goes into the notched out portion of the windshield, and it's just going to hold it down. So we just strap this around. So what it's going to do, it's going to go in like this, come back through it, and then we're going to pull it tight around the windshield. All right, you can see how that wraps around the roll cage, and then just it loops around this strap right there. So we just do that on the top and bottom on each side. So there's 1, 2, and then there's 3, 4 of those. Smaller ones there, and then 2 smaller ones in the middle. All right, then we just put our straps here on the inside, up through here, around the roll cage bar, through the loop, and then we just tighten that down. Now with this windshield installed, I'm going to take it for a test ride around the block here, drive it around, and just see how these louvers work. Also, as you can tell, it's crystal clear. It has over a 95% light transmission rate, so it gives maximum visibility and clear vision while driving, so it just kind of makes it safer. With it being a hot day, it is nice to have airflow coming from the bottom of the windshield through the louvers, and these louvers are adjustable while you're driving. I adjusted them a few times just to try out the different airflows, so you can adjust it down towards the dash a little more, or it can be adjusted up to where it's hitting your hands, kind of your chest a little bit more, so you do get good airflow, as well as good protection from the elements, from wind, rain, things like that while you're driving, so it is nice to have this windshield on there. All right, I had a successful test drive with this windshield. It actually works really good. I'm really happy with these louvers here. I changed the directions a couple times just to kind of see how the airflow worked, and it really is nice to let some airflow in on a hot day like it is today. Also, I like that I can just close them off if I need to. If it's colder, I can close that off. You have complete protection from the wind on the front. You want to be careful with how you're cleaning them. So how you want to clean them is you want to use like some soapy water to spray on there if it's dirty, and then use a microfiber towel and then just slowly wipe across to get all that soapy water off, and then rinse it off with some clean water, and then kind of dab it with a kind of a chamois type of a towel. You don't want to do any kind of circular motion that can scratch these, so you just need to be a little more careful with this type of windshield than if it was a glass windshield. The glass ones are going to be a lot more expensive, but this is going to be tough, it's going to be durable, and if you can keep the scratches off it, it's going to be a good windshield. So guys, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to see the link down below. Big shout out to LitMiracle for partnering with us on this video. See the link down below. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.